Hey guys, I wanted to come on today. I wanted to talk to you about how I feel about this attack on our president because of his tax returns. And I think what's interesting is the perspective that's being sent out here is that he's a tax evader. He doesn't pay his fair share. He made all this money and he gets all these breaks and discounts and everything else. And look how horrible a person he is. And he's doing this. I got a few things to say about this. First off, as a business owner, trust me, you don't get away from paying taxes. Taxes hit you right in the mouth, and you better start looking at tax code to try to figure out how to save money legally, because if you don't, and if you do not use the system for what's there, you probably will go out of business. That I guarantee you. I just want to put that out there. But let's talk about the validity of his taxes being released. First of all, he's been audited for multiple years in a row, every year, by the IRS. So if you were out to hide something from the IRS, unless you're paying them off or in their pocket or hip pocket, which I think we can clearly state at this point, Trump has not been in the hip pocket of anybody in the government for multiple years. If you did that, if you're being audited every time by the people that abide by the tax code, and he's being said that they're fine, then he's not a tax evader. So let's clear that up off the bat. So he's legally using the system to avoid, or even if he's purposely doing it, or he's using the losses in his company to help cover paying an exorbitant tax that's applied to the wealthy in this country. And we're talking huge percentage of things of your income being hit by tax if you show a certain amount of profit. Especially during the Obama years. I mean, we're talking 30-some percentile on profit taxes, and then you go to such a place, I think it's 38% federal or 32% federal income tax if you hit over a certain amount of money. So anybody in that level or that bracketry would understand that, hey, man, if I could figure out a way to legally to get my tax numbers down, I'm going to do it. Here's the funny part. Everybody complaining writes things off also. You automatically write things off in your home, right? So there's no difference between you saving money on your taxes, writing things off, than Donald Trump doing the same thing. So him being a tax evader, not true. The IRS said he's not. You went and you did this over 2-year investigation on him and really found no wrongdoing, just basically things during the investigation when he's getting angry that you're still probing into his life 2 years later and he can't do the work as a president. He might have said things that might have been suspect. So would have you. And shame on you for calling someone who's not a tax evader a tax evader. Okay, why don't we talk about Al Sharpton? Now, he's a tax evader. Like $4 million. And no one's ever went after him. And he's a Democrat. Okay? So you got a guy here who's legally used the system to save money, and all of a sudden now he's a tax evader. Frustrating, number one. Number two, I'm at a point here where it's getting frustrating to even talk about this anymore. So, I'm with you. I understand your frustration. You're mad this guy's pretty wealthy, but at the end of the day, he's wealthy because he's smart. And if he wasn't smart, he wouldn't be wealthy. All right, so let's face the facts. He used a system that these wealthy politicians have used for how many years? They've created the tax code. He's using it to help himself. And now you're mad about it. And now you want to vote somebody in who has 47 years of government experience, correct? 47 years. So he's voted for the tax code. And I'd love to see his taxes too. How much has he wrote off? I'd like to see every billionaire's taxes in America. Every single one of them. Because I guarantee you they're going to look the same way. So you can just take your petty little argument here and throw it in the trash, because it doesn't do any good. He's still going to win. And hey, oh, by the way to weaponize legal taxes against him a month before the election. Great job. You know what? When that comment was made on CNN last night about the New York Times and the Democratic Party, I totally agree. Because why weren't the tax released earlier? Oh no, let's release it a month before the election to make people think he's a bad person. No, he's smart. Tax code's for a reason. He used it legally. If he did something illegally, then we can have a conversation. Until then, shut your mouth. You don't know what you're talking about. All right? If the IRS thought there was wrongdoing, he would be a fraudulent. Right now, he'd be in prison. Just like you would be if you did something fraudulent on your taxes. Get over it. Trump 2020, baby.